Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. In today's video, we are talking about a subject that it seems a lot of collectors are afraid of, and that is reprints. This is the dreaded R word. Everyone seems to be afraid of reprints. Reprints seems to be the biggest issues that a lot of collectors worry about when they start collecting sealed products and a lot of cards. They are worried that there's going to be some kind of big restock and reprint, and it's just going to tank the value of their collection. As someone that's been collecting Pokemon cards for a very long time, I can tell you without a doubt, I absolutely love restocks and reprints. I have never had an issue with them, and I'm happy whenever the news break on them. So the most recent news is that the Japanese 151 set is going to be getting a big reprint and restocked over the next couple months, and the prices on booster boxes have started to dip quite significantly. Prices on sealed Japanese 151 booster boxes were going for upwards of $200, and since the news broke, the prices have been dipping for quite a bit. They are going for right around $120 to $140 a booster box now, and some places are even reporting booster boxes going for $100, which is pretty much the price has been slashed in half. So that's a pretty significant dip. The reprint and restock hasn't even happened yet, and prices are already dropping quite significantly. And as someone who has multiple sealed booster boxes of Japanese 151 in my collection, this does not bother me at all. I'm actually quite happy that we are getting a huge restock and reprint of Japanese 151, and here's why. Because I absolutely love the set, and as a collector first, that's what's most important to me. I am super excited to pick up more products of Japanese 151 for lower prices, and there does seem to be a disgruntled minority of people who are really unhappy about this change. Who does this impact the most? The only people that I think can truly dislike a large restock or reprint are going to be people that are holding a lot of sealed products of it. And this is a new set. Japanese 151 has been out for less than a year. It's out for around 8 to 10 months. It's not that old of a set. So a restock and reprint is very, very highly likely. It's not something that's that unusual. I have a long time rule that a set becomes truly collectible after 2 years. After a 2-year time span from the set's release, that's when you can really start looking at it as a product that you can collect long term. And this is a hard and fast rule, but it has served me very well over the last 10 years, and I think it will continue to work. So any set that is less than 2 years old is going to be high risk. It's going to be a set that is going to be likely to be restocked and reprint. So this set being restocked and reprinted does not surprise me at all. If you're holding booster box cases of Japanese 151, that's kind of on you. You knew the risk. You knew the risk. And of course, the risk is that if it does get reprinted, then the prices on those booster box case that you're holding is going to dip in value. But if it doesn't get reprinted, then it's only going to go up in value from there. But that is so high risk that I would not recommend you do something like that. If you're picking up booster box cases of Japanese 151 for thousands of dollars, that is absolutely on you, and that is a small minority of collectors. Even if you were to hold some cases of Japanese 151, I think you're absolutely fine long term. As someone that's excited to collect 151, what is the absolute worst case scenario for a major restock and reprint? The worst case scenario is that the booster boxes of Japanese 151 could go for as low as $30 to $40. Remember, this is a worst case scenario. This is probably not going to happen. But even if that were to occur, because the market is absolutely flooded with as much sealed products as you can imagine, you can pick up as many booster box cases of this as you want, whole entire truckloads if you want. Well, if that is truly the case, and booster boxes of this set goes down to $30 or $40, I can tell you right now, I would happily pick up 100 booster boxes of Japanese 151, because that will probably be a fantastic time for me to crack open products and give them away for years to come. Japanese 151 is such a fun set. I would happily pick up 100 booster boxes at $30 to $40. And remember, that sounds like a really good deal right now in my head, but this is a completely different time. Think of this as a time zone where there are unlimited boxes of this set. There's so much of it, there's just no value here. Even if that were the case, I would still pick up 100 boxes because it's going to be fun to do giveaways, it's going to be fun to crack open, and it's going to be fun to pick up those Japanese Master Ball cards for years to come. It's going to be a fun set, so I would be happy to pick up 100 booster boxes for 3 grand. I would do that just because my channel will be solid and good on giveaways for years. We'll be giving away Japanese booster boxes for years, and I don't think anyone would complain at them, even if there's no value there in terms of the cards. And there will always be some value because the Master Ball cards are so good. They're going for hundreds of dollars. Even if the cheapest one is 30 to 40 bucks, it'll still be a fun time to crack open. And remember, this is a worst case scenario, which is extremely unlikely to happen. I don't think Japanese 151 is ever going to go for 30 to 40 bucks, no matter how large of a reprint is, which is why I'm excited for it. Let's look at some of the worst set that's ever been released. Some of the worst sets to have ever released in Pokemon history. Well, we've had some recent one, and I say recent, but this is probably 6 to 7 years ago, and that is Steam Siege and Crimson Invasion. These two sets did abysmal for the Pokemon Company. Booster boxes of Steam Siege and Crimson Invasion were going for as low as $40 to $50 for a booster box. That was the lowest price point for a booster box of Pokemon for a very long time. And now if you look at the market, even now, those sets are still doing well. These are the worst set in Pokemon, and they're still climbing quite a bit in value. If you pick up these boxes for 40 bucks, they're still going for hundreds. And of course, that's hindsight. We can never predict the future. But as someone that's collecting Pokemon cards, restocks and reprints are always exciting news for me. It means that a set is doing really well and the Pokemon Company is confident that people want more of it. So I'm always happy for more. Lost Origin had a major restock a couple of months ago. Booster boxes of Lost Origin were going for as low as $100, and I was able to pick up some, which was fantastic. Now they're going for 150 and 160 bucks again, and maybe we can get another reprint or restock. I'm completely fine with that. So definitely don't be discouraged if you hear the news that a set is going to be reprinted. In almost every circumstance, it's good news. It's very, very rarely bad news. Like I said, the only time when I could say that it's truly bad news is when there's so much product of a set and the set is just so garbage that I don't even want to touch it. But when a set is fun, like something like Evolving Skies, I'm happy to get more of it. I'm always happy. And this is coming from someone who has sealed products of pretty much every recent set. So no matter how much I have, I'm still happy about the news. So don't be discouraged about the R word. It's a good thing that the Pokemon Company is reprinting and restocking recent sets. Now, here's the crazy thing. Most modern sets can be reprinted at any given time. The Pokemon Company is not going back to sets from years ago. So usually a 2-year span is pretty good in general. So if you want to be extra safe, you could go back even 3 years. So making sure that only collecting sets that are truly 3 years old, sealed products of those sets, that's when they're going to start to really climb in value. So that's when you can start being safe. I don't think the Pokemon Company has ever had a major restock or reprint of a set that's older than 3 years. The only major outlier is going to be XY Evolutions. That set was in sealed products for years and years after release, and it's still going for bonkers prices, even though it's one of the most heavily printed Pokemon card set of all time, and that's mainly because it's so incredibly popular. So this is what I'm trying to say. Be excited. It's always good news when you hear about an upcoming restock, and that's usually a good sign for you to pick up products at a much cheaper price point because you already know it's probably going to go up in value, and if it doesn't, that's completely okay. I'm happy to hold 100 sealed boxes of Japanese 151 for $30 a box for the next 10-20 years because that would cover my giveaways and pack openings for years to come. So it'll be a ton of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're going to talk on a lot of other subjects. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any comments on this, let me know down in the comment section. I, for one, am super happy to get some more restocks and reprints. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.